Okay, so this is like the next level of polygons. So I've already done a few videos of, I don't want to say the basics, but it's like the basic things you need to remember. So how to find the interior, how to find the exterior, stuff like that. Essentially building you up to questions like this, which I can even hear right now if I was actually teaching my year 9s would be moaning saying, how do I draw that? Yeah, I don't know. Just have a go at it and hope for the best. So generally they'll tell you what type of shape it is in the question. So these ones are sort of harder, one because they don't actually tell you anything really, and you're just expected to know particular facts to be able to answer it. So obviously we're given an octagon, we've got the diagram here. Sometimes you're not even given the diagram, but it depends on the question. So people might not know, but you've got this triangle here. Now this is actually an isosceles triangle, okay? And that's the one thing you need to remember, that generally if there's going to be a triangle inside, it will be an isosceles, unless they've drawn it in a particular way that they show it's a right angle or something like that. But yeah, this will be an isosceles. Now the reason why is because it's a regular octagon. Regular, as we've done before, means that it's a shape that has the same length sides. Okay, which then means that all the angles must be the same. So all of these interior angles must all be the same inside the shape. Okay, so from that, I'm going to now work out what the interior angle is, because if I work out one interior, I can then work out what the angle there is in the triangle, and then hopefully then work out what x is afterwards. So we need to remember the formula. So the formula is n take away 2 times 180. So n represents the number of sides in the shape. So because it's an octagon, that means it's 8 sides. If you weren't sure on that, just count the sides on the diagram. So 8 take away 2 times by 180, so that's the same as 6 times 180, which is 1080. Again, you can use a calculator. So that's what all of those angles add up to in the shape. Now we only want one of them, so we then need to divide 1080 divided by 8. And that gives us 135 degrees. Okay, so this is the first part that we've done. Now, I'm going to draw the triangle out again, but just the triangle. Now, you don't need to do this. This is just sort of to help you. Okay, so that angle that we've just worked out, that's a really bad 5. So that angle there that we've just found, which is here, is 135. So that's the biggest angle in the triangle. Now we need to find out what this one here is. Now because it is isosceles, isosceles means that these two sides are the same, but also that the two angles must be the same. Okay, so this is coming back to your knowing about degrees in a triangle add up to 180. So if we do 180 subtract 135, which is 45, that tells us that these two angles here must add up to 45. Now we just want one of them, we just want this one here. So to do that, they are the same, so we can just half that number. So half of 45, which is 22.5 degrees. Okay, which I know sounds a bit dodgy because you think, oh, it won't be a decimal. Sometimes you do get decimals, but they will be nice. Yep, so step 2 was just focusing on the triangle. Okay, so you're still going back to the key rules that we've done before. It's just using them in a different way. So yeah, let's turn over. Next one. Okay, so this is just another type that you could get. They're obviously different every time. It's just knowing what rules to do. Now this one actually has 2 different ways of doing it. I'm going to do it one particular way, but if you think, oh, actually we could do it this way and still get the same answer, then go for it. So I'm just going to be focusing on the interiors first. So around this point here, which is where the X is, we've got these 2 other angles. You've got the one in the Pentagon and you've got the one in the square. So if we find out what those two are, we should then know that the whole circle, all those angles, will add up to 360. So then we can work out what x is. So I'm going to start with the pentagon first. Okay, so the pentagon, it's the same rule that we used before. So the n take away 2 times by 180. So n is the number of sides, so pentagon has 5 sides, so 5 take away 2 times 180, which is 540. Again, we just want one of them because this number here is all 5 added together, so one of them would just be 540 divided by 5, which is 108 degrees. Okay. So for the second bit, we're focusing on the square. Now, you don't need to show all the workings out on this one because a square is a fairly simple shape. This should be one generally that you should know already. So if you're not sure, you can do exactly the same method as that and you'll get the right answer. But every square, every angle in a square will be 90 degrees. So this will be a right angle, which is 90. Now to finish it off, as I said before, angles around one particular point is 360. So if we add the two angles that we've just found, so 108 and then 90, which gives us 198 degrees. If we then subtract that from 360, that will tell us what x is. So x will be 360 minus 198, which is 162 degrees. Okay, so it's really good that you show your workings out. Obviously, I cheated a little bit there with the not showing for the square, but still it should be one that you should know. But again, if you don't, then just use the same method. This question, you can do it with the exterior angle, so you could find the exterior of the pentagon. I don't think I've got a thin enough pen, but if I draw like that. So this is the exterior of a pentagon. This is the exterior of the square. So if you found the exteriors of both of those and then added them together, you would get the same answer. Okay, so that's just an alternative. It won't work for all of them, but generally if it's shapes like that that have been stuck together, it will work. So I hope that helps a little bit. Just keep practicing. With these sorts of questions, you're never going to get the answer straight away. And I think that's what's a little bit annoying. People want to get the answer straight away. These are more like puzzles. You've got to work out different bits of information and then use those to then get the answer. Okay, so just be patient, do as much as you can, and then eventually you will get to the answer at the end. Cool.